Hello, welcome back. This is Dave at Focus Fitness. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about now versus someday. And that applies to the idea that we all have about whether I should do something now, something that's been bothering us, or something that we'll get to someday. And a lot of the fitness and motivational people out there try to say, start now, right? Someday, like with diet, you say, I'll start that on Monday, right? Well, why not just start now? And it got me to thinking a couple points I want to make that I thought were relevant. So I was thinking about the fact that I have a business and a family and kids and a house and a lot of these things, and a lot of them were scary before I did them. So before I got married, I thought my life was going to change. Before I thought I had kids, I thought my life was going to change. Before I started a business, I was terrified of going into business because of the unknown. So I think it's important to take stock about where you're at and look back at all the things you've done in this life that have made you successful, or the things that you did successfully. Don't beat yourself up about that time that you lost a bunch of weight 20 years ago and gained it back. It's not a bad thing to do that. Give yourself credit for, before I lost all that weight, I didn't know what to do. And you know what? I have done that. And that's an experience that I can draw on. I'll bet if you sat down and took a piece of paper and wrote down every experience that you've had that you were terrified before you did it, but now you look back on it, it wasn't so bad after all. I'm pretty sure most of us could come up with multiple experiences in our life. And that's good because that's data that we can use to help motivate us, inspire us. We can actually inspire ourselves in times of doubt or, wondering why we're stuck, wondering why we can't move forward. Sometimes we just need to have a little bit of faith in ourselves that we can do it. And that's where that list of things can be really, really helpful. All the list of wins. One time I had a friend, and he kept a list over his bed, and he did every year he wrote down a number of things. And so he was about 25 at the time, and he had this piece of paper that had been typed out and printed and was like hanging above his bed, and it was like year one, I was born, right? Like walk, I know how to walk. Like I learned how to brush my teeth. Like, and as he got older, he had more important things, like I graduated college, or I got a scholarship, or whatever it was for him that was important. But it's pretty important to celebrate our successes and use those to propel us into those wins when we're doubting stuff like, when is someday gonna happen? So that's something that I thought was pretty interesting about now versus someday. Another thing, real quick, and maybe it should be a longer separate video, but I will say, is that I was thinking about strategies again versus tactics, and the idea that there's a bunch of strategies that you can implement to get weight loss. You can increase exercise, you can decrease calories, you can increase calories, you can do ketogenic, you can do intermittent fasting, right? All of these different options you have to losing weight. And I was thinking about it in terms of business, and there's been a lot of different advice that I've been given, right? I can run Facebook ads, I can do networking, I can give flyers to all of my neighboring businesses. And what I want to bring up about that is that some of those things are things that I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do that. I'll get to it someday. And so when you're presented with a bunch of tactics to implement something, think about the strategy needs to be something that you're willing to do. If you're putting it off till someday, it might not be something that you really, really want to do. And that's the other point I want to make, is that you need to look at what is being presented to you, the options that are being presented to you, and think about which one really resonates with you. I'll bet of all the options you have for something, for fitness, for example, some people love CrossFit, some people love boot camp, some people love groups, some people love personal training. So you have to find the one that kind of resonates with you. And sometimes someday is an option, but you're putting it off because someone's trying to ask you to do something you're not comfortable doing or you don't really want to do. So if you can think about the tactics that are out there to help you get what you want to, that are possible options for you, pick one that resonates with you or that potentially excites you. If you're still putting it off, that's okay. Then you can figure out why you're not. So I'll give you an example for me. So in my business, doing networking has really, really helped. Getting out of my business and going and meeting other people and talking about my business has really, really helped. But I put it off for about 2 years because I didn't think I had time. It was one of those strategies, or tactics rather, that I thought, well, that sounds cool. Like it's not that I don't want to do it. I do want to do it. I just don't have the time. I kept making excuses. So there's always that someday of when I'm going to do something that I know will be good for me, that'll get me results that I want, but I'm not ready to do it. So in that point, you can look at like, what is the sticking point? And, I had some sticking points around fear about other things. I can't even remember what all excuses I gave myself, but I eventually went and did it. And I'm glad I did, because it's paid me back dividends in my confidence in business and all these things. So think about, maybe you're stuck because of the first part that I talked about. You're not celebrating enough of the wins that you have that are going to allow you to motivate you to get into action. So maybe the reason that something is a someday versus a now is because you're not feeling motivated, and you can motivate yourself by celebrating your previous wins. Or the second part of the message today is looking at those tactics that are being presented to you to get you the result you want, and analyzing, are they really tactics that resonate with you? Do they feel right for you? And if so, if it is something that does feel right for you, accepting that you might not be ready, but not giving yourself the excuse over and over again of why I won't do it. So a lot of information, super long here, about 7 minutes, but thank you for watching and contemplating with me things about behavior and why we do the things we do or don't do the things we do. If you ever get to that point where you're ready to do the next thing, and that does include fitness, I would love to help you. Please reach out to me at Focus Fitness. Comment me, PM me, friend me on Facebook. And if it's just something else in your life, I'd still love to talk to you. So yeah, maybe today you can go make a list of all your wins and celebrate them, and look at anything that you're wanting to do that you're stuck on, and generate a list of things that you could do to solve your problem, and then start scratching out the ones that don't resonate with you. And when you get to those few that do resonate with you, use that list of wins to motivate you into action and taking that leap of faith. All right? That's pretty good, right? All right. Thanks for your time, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.